is BOBcast.
BuffaloBrotherhood.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to BOBcast, the Buffalo Brotherhood podcast, episode 78. I was just texting away on my phone, but I still hit it, didn't I, Mike?
Got it.
Now, this is Ryan. Behind me, if you're watching the video feed, is
Mike.
Now, be honest, Mike. You didn't think I was going to hit it, did you?
I wasn't even paying attention.
You weren't paying attention? I always thought I was building drama. And across the table.
Do you like art?
Why are you obsessed with hitting things?
What did I hit? Oh, because it's a radio thing, dude. It's a radio thing to hit your mark, hit your spot. Not leave any dead air.
All right.
Do you like art? Drama?
Do you like George Wendt? Do you like drama with George Wendt?
I guess.
Doug,
or George Wendt. Doug or George Wendt is across the table.
Or George Wendt.
do you like beans?
Is this an Animaniacs joke?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been a long time since I've seen Animaniacs, but I do remember what you're talking about. We're trying an interesting setup here.
Would you like to take a survey?
So that we can get more of the video involved, but I didn't think this through because if I'm not staring directly out to where the grays are, I can't actually see the people I'm talking to.
Then why don't you turn a little bit?
Because I was trying to.
So I was like, I'm the son of God. And they were like, no way. And I was like, Yahweh.
Doug's a little off this evening, which is hilarious because we're expecting a lot of that on the next episode.
Yahweh?
Yahweh. So this is episode 78, if I didn't say at the beginning of the show. It's a before the break episode. We're going to have an awesome break, I'll tell you that much.
It's gonna be good
as we get ready for the next week's show. So I'm going to tease that out right away. Make sure you do that. If you are a follower of the podcast, but you do not follow us on Facebook, please do so at facebook.com/Buffalo Brotherhood. Give us a like. We're still trying to keep those likes up. We hit a milestone over 1,000. That's pretty awesome. We're going to keep going.
Okay, I'm sorry if sound comes out.
Okay.
Oh no, server problems. That's weird.
What?
It's listing all the episodes of Animania. Oh, you got to buy them on YouTube.
So, have you guys had a chance to check out the new YouTube yet?
I mean, I'm on it now.
I mean, to see how the new streaming services are working, or do it.
I have not. I've been on YouTube. When did this change happen?
I'd say within a week. Ago.
I've been on YouTube and I really haven't noticed anything.
They haven't updated the Roku app, or they haven't updated the Android app.
But the
that's how
Apple app got a huge upgrade. It looks totally different on the iPad.
It probably looks like the Android app, I bet. I bet the Android app is in front of it.
Could be. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of those Android apps.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. I do everything on the Roku because it's very easy to just get through and watch all my woodworking guys and stuff like that. And
oh, excuse me?
Girls and guys. What?
Watch your what?
Woodworking.
I love watching people make stuff.
Woodworking.
It's pretty fun. Woodworking for mere mortals.
Woodworking?
Woodworking. Exactly.
Woodworking.
So that's what I watch on there. I don't watch Rocket League.
What's wrong with Rocket League?
I don't know. I've never watched it.
No, well, that's your problem. Well, the biggest update to the YouTube app was their video game streaming, or their other streaming
I saw
services.
that.
I thought it was interesting. They're gonna defeat Twitch.
No, they're not.
Well, I know, but I'm trying to. Their plan to defeat Twitch is to give their streamers five more cents a dollar. And I'm not sure how the actual math works out. I mean, I looked at a couple different algorithms. Like I looked at a couple different pages. I looked at a couple different
5 more breakdowns.
Let's say that a YouTuber makes $1 on, or a Twitch streamer makes $1 on Twitch.
Okay.
Right now, they get 50%. They get 50 cents of that dollar.
Okay.
So they get half of whatever they make on Twitch
from ads,
or what their subscription services and all that stuff. On YouTube, you'll get 55 cents of every dollar you make.
How does Twitch control your ad funds?
Is a nickel? I mean, will a nickel really dislodge people?
If you're sponsored, how does Twitch take that funds?
Who's sponsored?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
who is
there are
sponsored?
sponsored guys on there, aren't there?
I mean, they're sponsored in the sense that, hey, you get to wear that
Razer
shirt.
keyboard. Or
you get to wear that
Well, that
shirt,
probably wouldn't
or
affect
you put it
where
down here in
they
the corner.
stream.
But it does that. That's different from their
Unless Twitch
streaming.
I know, but you said that it
sponsors
would.
somebody.
Or maybe Doug said.
Doug said the ads. The ads.
Oh,
Which
okay.
You do
Oh,
control
okay.
the ads, but they go through Twitch.
Right.
Something along that vein, I read, I think it was either last week or the week before, that Amazon's launching a new development platform for indie game developers.
Really?
Focusing heavily, obviously, on, I think, mobile games. But they actually now, their platform is going to be they will get paid for the amount of time that you're actually playing the game.
Right. That's how
not based upon download.
They released a new Amazon and Android app for it's called Amazon Underground.
Yeah, that's
because Google blocked their app from their store. You had to download it as an APK and like install it from the back end anyways, but I don't know, somehow Android did something, Google did something with it. So they released a new one called Amazon Underground, and there's a bunch of games that are totally free is what they're calling them. So they're games that normally would be a free to play with in-app purchases. Like when you buy it through Amazon, you get everything for free through it, and then they get paid.
The developer gets reimbursed based upon how often,
right? How much time played. That's what I did with Star Wars Rebels. I downloaded 2 Star Wars games, Uprising and Rebels.
Let's talk about Uprising. What did you think?
It's pretty good. What's funny is I started playing this other game called where is it? I can't think of the name of it now because I stopped playing it. King.
Oh, FYI, on Steam, Gauntlet's only $5 right now.
I already bought it.
Oh, did you?
I bought it when it was $5 a few weeks ago.
Okay.
But no, Star Wars Uprising is very fun. I like it a lot. It is very similar to What is the name? King's Road. King's Road I started playing, which is basically a Diablo-esque dungeon crawler type game. And then I was like, oh, look, a Star Wars Uprising. It looks very similar to that. I started playing. It's exactly the same game, just Star Wars stuff.
Well, I saw a pretty much an commercial about it, and they talked to some of the people that were the creators there that made the game were like people that had previously worked at Blizzard or previously worked at Steam.
Yeah.
And they sort of touted it as the official Star Wars RPG. And what I wasn't sure what timeline it took place in.
I can't remember what the crawler said. It's been a while since I got through the beginning of the game.
Okay.
So, but it takes place. I'm pretty sure it's taking place after 6.
Okay. So, Force Friday was a couple Fridays ago.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still sort of a buzz of Star Wars information. And I went out and I finally got some of the books.
Okay.
Right.
Have you guys seen the books yet? I mean,
I saw a
the 2 you
picture.
posted.
well, I posted a couple pictures there. There are 3 young author books.
Okay.
Or young adult books, I guess is what you call them.
Okay.
There's a Luke Skywalker story called Weapon of the Jedi. There's a Han Solo story, which is Solo's Run, maybe? I'm not sure. And then there's a Princess Leia's Adventure. Those are all 3 young adult versions. Now, I did read the Luke Skywalker one. Luke Skywalker is my favorite. I have a lot of love for Han Solo, too, but Luke Skywalker is my favorite. So when buying the books, I bought Luke Skywalker this time, and then I ordered the other 2 off Amazon because they were half price.
Oh.
On Amazon, they're $7.
Wow.
In the store, they're $13.
Wow.
So
for paperback?
No, for a nice hardback book.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, they're young adult, so I mean, they're just 100 some odd pages.
Right.
But I sat down and I read that one on Saturday night, and it was really good. I mean, I like the direction it took with the canon. Here's what I immediately loved, though. That story took place after 1, or excuse me, I know it's the first one, but not 1. But that book took place before or right after 4, but before 5.
Okay.
So in the movie, like.
After Hope, before Empire.
Exactly. Luke didn't know that Leia was his sister. Luke didn't know that Vader was his father. And it was kind of interesting because it sort of it sort of gives new canon now about how Luke Skywalker went from a farm boy on Tatooine to learning that he has the Force.
Okay.
To actually sort of somewhat learning how to use this lightsaber. Introduces him some new characters that have never been in the Star Wars universe before. It puts him on a planet that I had never read about before, where he finds essentially a Jedi temple and I'm not going to spoil the book in case anybody ever wants to read it, but he basically gets some very crude, like, old robots to function, and they help him sort of master the 5 basic
the
forms
Princess,
of the
the
lightsaber.
Scoundrel, and the Farm Boy?
No, sir.
That's not it?
No. You Google
Released on September 22nd. Oh. Hasn't been released yet. Oh, never mind.
I'm going to say you have to look for what is it? A Road to New Hope, I think is all these books are called.
Oh, okay.
Or Leading Up to, or something to A New Hope. So I got that book, I read it, it was okay. I'm in the middle of Aftermath. Now I'm a pretty quick reader normally.
Right.
And I do, especially when it comes to Star Wars books. I mean, I was the young adult book is easy to read. I get that. But I read that Saturday in just an hour or two. And there's 140 pages or so, but
right.
Aftermath is a different story. I've never read anything by the author. The author's name is Chuck Wingding. Yep, you heard it right.
Wingding.
Wingding.
Like the font?
Or maybe it's Wedding. Maybe it's Weding, but I was thinking it was Wig. Wig Ding. I don't have the book with me, or I would show it. But it's Aftermath. It's the one's got the Death Star on the front. It's the first of a book of 3 that's all going to come out. Sort of starts to fill in those gaps. And every book that they released there that I saw all had something on the back of the book about learn exciting new secrets leading up to The Force Awakens.
Okay.
So far, I'm not seeing anything in the way of exciting new secrets. The Force Awakening is interesting. It's a lot of the Imperial side of things. It's a lot of the Imperial side of things. It's a lot of sort of like how that's reforming.
Okay.
And what sort of who those movers and the shakers of the Empire is going to be now that all the people that we know of is dead.
Right.
But so that was kind of interesting. The thing
Windig.
Okay. Excuse me. I'm glad you looked it up.
Chuck Wendig.
Okay. So the one thing I will say about it though, that it really got me excited, is that Wedge Antilles is prominent in both books.
Ooh.
Yeah. More so in Aftermath than he is in the Luke Skywalker story, obviously. But
are these all the children's books, or is this
Aftermath is a novel? It's
okay.
It's came out I think third
it's
on
the order of the canon order that's on.
Yeah, they're in there now.
How do you think those guys feel?
What?
I mean, if they come to you and they're like, so what you write is going to become official Star Wars history.
No, I can't imagine that anybody.
I don't think
at this
they come to him like that. I think they come to him and say, "You need to write a book around this time and around these characters. Go."
Right, but if they have any inkling of, like, I guess, fandom, they have to know that.
Well,
I mean, I have no idea who these authors are, if they even
probably
care about, if they even care about, Star Wars to begin with. Maybe they're just like, I just need to write a story. I would hope they'd have a little more.
Well, I would think you would have to have some knowledge if you're going to write something that's going to be involved in the canon of the whole line. I mean,
well, I can speak to a little bit about this just because I know that the way that they used to do it.
Speak.
They would have large meetings with teams of writers before they would kick off the series, and they would give the very broad, overarching sort of arcs of what they wanted to have happen during that particular series or trilogy. I'm under the impression that there's somebody else is writing Aftermath too, but I haven't looked up there. I haven't looked it up to see. I don't think Chuck Whitting.
You mean they're writing like an adult version of it?
No. Aftermath is an adult version. That's what I'm.
Oh, okay.
Aftermath is the big boy book, guys. It's the novel.
Okay.
It's still Star Wars, so it's not.
Okay.
It's ages 12 up, Mike.
Right,
okay.
right. It's 400 pages instead of 100 pages.
Oh.
Okay, so.
Not my kind of.
And it's part of a trilogy. It's part of a trilogy, but I'm thinking that they're coming out fairly soon. So I think there were 3 authors all writing on this trilogy all at the same time.
If they do one in October and they do one in November, then.
But I'm not sure. I haven't checked that at all. So
it's not listed here yet.
Okay. Does it say coming soon or anything like that?
The next books are The Force Awakens.
Okay.
In line, because it goes aftermath, and then era of the First Order and the Resistance, I guess, which takes place 34 years after A New Hope, and then Force Awakens.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's interesting too. Admiral Akbar and Mon Mothma are sort of in the book too, and get you an idea of what the rebellion or the New Republic now is doing, as it officially tries to wrest control.
Does it call them the New Republic?
Yeah, they do call themselves the New Republic now. They've taken the Republic flybird, the Republic shape or the rebellion shape, and now it's featured inside like a starburst, like the top half is a starburst sort of thing. So it's like a sunset. Or a sun rising, essentially, with the rebellion symbol inside. That's become their new insignia. They've turned some planets. They've turned some world. They are not using Coruscant as their capital planet. They're using this other planet that I barely remember, or even, I don't even think it was ever invented before. But it's essentially the home world as Mon Mothma, as the new home of the Galactic Senate. There's just lots of little, things like that I'm sort of maybe gleaning from the stories, but as anything like who Kylo Ren is, or who any of our characters are, or what exactly we're scavenging and so forth, I don't have any of that information yet. There is sort of a character that I imagine is sort of a scavenger character in the book. It's a boy instead of a girl, right? But he's like he's what I kind of imagine what Rey is going to be like when we get to the movie. The other thing too is, and this has got to be because it's new canon, quote unquote new canon, it is a little disgusting how often we refer to Naboo and Geonosis and Mustafar and even battle droids. And I just feel like they're like trying so hard to make 1 through 6 as much as the original sort of canon as what they possibly can.
George Lucas had some input into it, and they're just trying to appease him.
No, I don't think that at all. I
don't think that would be the case at all.
I think really it's just like they're wanting people to be like, oh, okay, it may, because there are younger kids whose first indulgence in Star Wars is always going to be Phantom Menace now.
Yeah,
and I think that they're just trying to keep those people sort of feeling in the loop. But there's an awesome scene, or so far in the book, I'll just do a little snippet here, where that boy, the scavenger boy I'm talking about, is basically like refurbished or Anakinized sort of his own droid, and he used one of those B1 battle droids. And he gave it new hardware, and he calls it Mr. Bones, and it's painted red and black and so forth, and it's pretty interesting. That was sort of a neat take on it, or because that's the thing is you have to think about it. Stormtroopers and battle droids both serve the same purpose. They're the mindless, skillless sort of fodder for the heroes to fight against. Well, what if someone took a lot of care and actually made a battle droid tough, like it's supposed to be? You know what I mean? Like it's supposed
to.
But of course, it has to be a good guy then, because they can't have a bad guy that's that tough. But
it's actually skilled.
Yeah, exactly. So it's pretty interesting there. In other Star Wars news.
There's more?
Yeah. Well, I was going to sort of share this with everybody, because I just got some message this evening about a friend of mine I work with, Mr. His name's Doug. Doug too. Doug as well. Doug also. And he had some interesting Star Wars theories. The first one that he had that he shared with me earlier in the week was, the new C-3PO and all the stuff we have has that red arm.
Right.
He sort of was theorizing, or sort of thinking it through. He thinks that maybe C-3PO, when he's introduced in the movie, is actually going to work for the Imperials, because everything they have has that accented sort of red.
I thought that they actually already posted why he has the red arm.
Well, I now that I've read this story, though, and I haven't had a chance to talk to him about it, so I apologize, but in this story, the first young author book, he's still working with Rebellion, and he has the red arm in there. So he's had the red arm for a while now, I guess, but by the time we get to the movies, he would have had the red arm for the whole 34 years. But no, I haven't seen any story of why.
I'll look it up. I thought I saw a blurb somewhere about it.
But he also had another interesting theory, and that would be, taking some of the things that we know about. We know that Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from Cloud City gets found, right? Or
Yes.
Anakin Skywalker's original lightsaber gets found in Cloud City. We also know that, or we're still led to believe that Han Solo and Rey know each other in the past. It seems like a reunification, not like I've never met you before in the scenes that we've seen them together. So his theory was he was sort of wondering if maybe Finn wasn't Lando Calrissian's son, and that's how he would have been able to find the lightsaber inside Cloud City.
Huh.
I mean, it's possible. Why would his son be working for? Well, we don't know if he's working for the
I think
First Order.
The audio clips that we hear, I think he is. I think that's. I don't know. I would think that, and this is
You'll find out in one of the upcoming comics about how he got his red arm.
I'm thinking that is this racist to say, but he seems like I think of Lando Calrissian as like a caramel colored African American, and I think Finn is more of a coffee colored African American.
I don't know.
You don't know if that's racist, or you don't know if that's.
I don't know how.
I guess I didn't really think about it.
Yeah, I didn't look at it
I mean,
that way.
skin
Ryan.
tone is hereditary.
Is it?
I mean, the darkness of skin tone and lightness of skin tone is hereditary. So that's one way to be about it.
Okay.
Maybe he met a darker lady.
Maybe he did. I don't know. Okay. Well, and then too, I think the FI in the call sign that we hear, the Captain Phasma doll, and then the Finn doll reply. I think we're still seeing Finn as a call sign. His name is now, we're calling him Finn because that was his call sign, but I think he's probably going to have a different name. So maybe it is Calrissian.
Maybe. I mean,
wouldn't you just think that he'd be smoother? I mean, Colt 45 smooth? If he was a Calrissian?
I don't know. I mean,
maybe he
Noah's not the smoothest kid in the world.
Maybe he got taken.
Noah?
You think I am? I mean, again, I'm not Lando smooth, man.
No, he's not Lando smooth.
I know.
So that was one theory that he had. The other theory he had, and just sort of lay this out there, is that we know that Kylo Ren is a title, not a name.
Right.
We know that Rens are a member of this order of Knights of Ren or whatever, who are fascinated with the dark side and Sith and so forth. And then Kylo is sort of like a general, or sort of like the same Darth mentality where they all have their own two names or whatever. So it could be Vicious Ren or Valhalla Ren or something. But so we know that's sort of there. Doug 2 was speculating that maybe that Kylo Ren is actually one of the Solo children. And that his fascination with the dark side and his fascination with Darth Vader actually comes from the fact that Darth Vader would be his grandfather. Sort of his visage and his armor and the red blade versus the... I mean, have you looked at the Kylo Ren lightsaber toy?
Whoa.
Sorry. Go.
Have you looked at the Kylo Ren lightsaber toy? It looks very homemade.
Well, they said he made it himself.
Right. So maybe he wasn't allowed to have a lightsaber because Luke wouldn't train him or whatever, and he makes it himself. I mean, there's no Jedi other than Luke, and that's still confirmed in the again with the toys. He's referred to as the Last Jedi. So maybe Luke hasn't trained anybody.
Luke's slacking.
Well, we don't know.
He's slacking.
I don't want to know.
You're done speculating?
I'm done speculating. I really am just excited to see the movie.
Well,
I went and looked to be honest with you, today is one of the first days I've actually been able to go to Target and look down the toy aisle since Force Friday.
Did you go down to where all the extras are?
The extras, like the whole
in the
section.
seasonal department, there's a whole row of nothing but Star Wars stuff.
Oh, it didn't make it down there. Okay.
You think Kylo and Luke will battle it out like Vader and Obi-Wan did?
I don't know. I think we're not. I don't think we're going to.
He'll strike him down with all his hatred.
I don't think we see Luke in the first episode.
What?
We'll see him.
Yeah.
I think we see him right at the very end.
No.
I don't know if he'll have a big part, but I think that we'll see him.
Yeah,
in it.
he'll be.
Well,
in
I
it.
think we'll see him. I think it'll be at the very end. Like
You don't think the scene where his hand comes out and touches, was it R2D2?
Yeah.
You don't think that's.
Well, we don't
not
know
until-
if that's Luke. We don't know.
Oh, shut up! That's Luke.
We don't know that.
Yes,
we
we do.
didn't see his face.
Yes, we do. That's
We-
Luke.
We didn't see his face.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. The
let's
possibility of that being Luke is.
let's
is
assume.
there,
Let's assume.
I guess.
For the sake of argument, let's assume that it's Luke. Okay, now go ahead.
You don't think that that's going to be earlier in the movie?
No, I think that's like one of the last scenes of the movie.
No.
I think this is,
I disagree.
and that's fine. We'll be excited when we get finished with the movie. One of us will be right. I'll be right. I think this movie is primarily a vehicle for Han and Chewie, and then the new cast. I think we'll see very little of Leia, and I think we'll see very little of Luke.
Somehow, I mean, from buying the Lego toys and everything, you're understanding somehow the Finn and the Rey characters get hooked up together.
Yeah, through the whole movie. That's who we're following.
They're hooked up together, and
You know that from the trailer.
right. But they're fighting. I'm like, there's these characters and stuff that came with the toys, and they're like space pirates or something.
Yeah.
And they're like chase. So I'm just like,
Do you think that's how
I'm thinking maybe they have the Falcon, these pirates or something,
or maybe they just know Han
or maybe
Chewie and
maybe
they
they're
connected
chasing
that
them.
way.
I don't know. So
and that's where Bosk comes in,
possibly,
because I think Bosk will be in the movie.
or maybe IG-88 will be in there too.
No,
Yeah.
just Bosk.
IG-88 can be. He never dies. He's a robot.
That's right.
He just builds himself a new body and moves on.
So
Bosk, not so much. That Trandoshan is dead, my friend.
Mm.
He shed his skin, turned into a snake, swam into the asteroid eater's mouth.
He evolves backwards.
That's right.
I didn't know that about that creature.
I just wanted to hit this up before I leave, just because I told him I'd give him credit. So Doug too, further speculated that maybe if Rey was their daughter and Kylo Ren was also a Solo, then maybe they are actually the twins that have basically. I could see that to be like a con sort of situation, you know? I mean, JJ goes and destroys all of the Star Trek sort of continuity.
right.
With the reboot of Star Trek and having to go back in time. And then he goes and tries to make, Hidden Empire or Dark Empire, whatever it was called. What was the second one called?
Heir to the
Star Trek.
Wait,
what was the second?
Wrath of Khan?
No, what was the second Star Trek movie called?
The second Star Trek
Yes.
movie.
I thought it was Wrath of
No,
Khan.
not the original Wrath. Not Wrath of Khan.
Into Darkness?
Into Darkness. Then he goes and he makes Into Darkness, and then we're supposed to find at the very end that this guy's actually still Khan. So it was sort of like we destroyed all the canon, but this part of the canon we're sort of going to keep. So maybe the fact that the Solos have twins is something that will be found out at the end of the movie.
Maybe.
Is sort of like I destroyed all the canon, but this part I'll keep.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know.
Star Wars. Yay. It's coming.
It's coming. Less than 100 days, right?
Yeah, we're looking at 90 days.
90 days?
From the time this airs, I think it's like 88, 87.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yes, it is. It is.
It's coming quickly.
I'm getting kind of nervous about it. I'll be honest.
Are you gonna be sick? Are you gonna be nervous sick that night?
Selling
could be.
tickets.
You're our guy, Doug. You got to know.
I'm assuming after Thanksgiving.
I'd say it's probably going to be advance sales, probably somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if they're as big at doing that as they were.
Because you can just buy them online.
Yeah.
Fandango.
So, I'm sure. I mean, but it'll be sold out. I have no doubt.
My guess, just from seeing like people, just being at Target and seeing just people that I wouldn't expect to be talking about the toys. My guess is that
should have been out Force Friday.
I think no, because that's it. Those people, I'm expected to talk about the toys.
Did you immediately look at the lines at Force Friday and think, yeah,
no, that's not what I'm saying. All those people that are there were there for those toys. I'm saying random people at Target tonight were in that aisle looking at toys, talking about toys that you wouldn't think are like.
Oh no,
they're not specifically there for the toys. But anyways, I'm almost
I've seen more
I bet they
young adults than kids doing. Like I was in Meyer and I saw all sorts of like guys our age or right around our age, like running over to the toy, like picking the stuff up and looking at it. So
we're not young adults.
What I think,
technically, demographically, we are, Ryan.
How many theaters of the 12 do you think will be showing Star Wars that evening?
I'd say 3.
3?
Wait,
they're
what do you mean?
only going to get so
The
many
midnight
copies.
showing. The midnight showing. How many?
All of them.
Do you think they'll be running 12 screens?
Over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
That's
guarantee it.
where I'm kind of thinking
Why
too.
wouldn't they?
I don't think they'll get that many copies of the movie.
That many copies, they download it now.
Oh.
It's all digital.
Yeah, it's all digital.
Oh. But do they just let you download as many as you want? Because if so, I got $100 for the guy in the box.
No, but I'm assuming what they do is they pay per show.
I don't know how.
I think they pay per showing, so I would assume that they would run it on all screens for the midnight showing, and then take it down to 2 or 3 the following day.
See, I don't know, and we should find out. But typically, what happens is
If you know someone that works at the Carousel 12 or not Carousel,
Ryan's he's in
AMC.
contact with the manager or whatever. you
yeah.
know, about-
So
Yeah.
but I'm thinking they have to pay per screen that they are going to run it on, because the one price it costs to pay per show that they're going to run it on is so much that they have to run it for so long to make their money back. So like I don't think they can just choose to show it on 12 different screens.
I guess I didn't realize there were 12 screens in that place, but
I don't think they can choose to
show
show it on.
place 12.
He thought that was the address.
Where they get the
I
number.
just thought that was.
That's why Cinema 7 had 7 screens.
Oh, I just
Just
thought it
learn
was
something.
like it was 12 out of 20. I don't know.
No, that's where they get that number
Okay,
But I think
that's good to know.
like they'll be like leasing the movie 4 times, and if it's a $5,000 per movie, well then they're gonna have to they can only show it on
Well,
those 5
I mean,
screens.
if
But the question,
you think
but,
back,
but how does that work though? Is it done per theater or is it done per AMC?
I think
So
it's-
so the question is, does AMC buy this many and then they separate it across all of them? So they might do all of the showings one night in Muncie and then give it to ones that aren't doing midnight showings?
but
You know what I'm saying? If they own 100 theaters and 50 of those aren't doing midnight showings just because
Well,
they're small market theaters. Hold on. And then 50 of them don't show the midnight showing, so they have those 50 copies to be able to use at other
why
theaters.
don't you Google it?
You know what I'm saying?
I bet
yeah,
Google
just
knows.
Google it. But Google knows. I don't know, Mike.
I'm just saying, look at how they're kind of running it now. Typically, they're doing like a 10 o'clock, a 10:01, and a 10:02 or 3. So they'll do like 3 or 4 at 10, and then they'll turn around and they'll do another 3 or 4 at midnight.
Yeah.
Usually. So now
We're going to the 10 o'clock, right?
if they have
Yes,
one,
yeah.
We're going to the earliest one, right?
yeah, if they have one at 10.
Okay.
So I'm just it is Star Wars, so will they ramp it up to more screens? I don't know.
I bet they will. I want to know that
Because
information.
personally, what I think it's going to be all the people our age, and people 18 plus
Right.
going out to see it that night.
Really? You don't think there'll be kids there?
I think there'll be some
You
kids.
don't think
probably.
there'll be a bunch of irresponsible adults that have their children?
I
out
think
there
there'll be
that-
a bunch of people there Saturday. It'll be packed Saturday
Oh,
with people with their kids.
Saturday.
Yeah, because I think a lot of dads and stuff.
'Cause what I'm
they're-
gonna
they're
do-
going to want to go out and maybe watch it.
My plan is to go see it, the midnight showing, and then if I get a chance to see it Friday, probably see it Friday. But if not, go to the first showing Saturday
When's
morning.
the 18th? Is it a Thursday or Friday?
Hold on.
I don't know. I can't pull up a calendar that fast.
I just wondered if the midnight showing was
18th is a Friday, so it'll be on the 17th.
the 17th.
It'll be the 17th. Yeah.
Right.
So
The bad part about that is I cannot technically take the 18th off. I'm not allowed to take the 18th off.
why? Yeah, eye step or
The-
something?
No, it's just we're not allowed to take the day before winter break.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I guess you're going to be really tired the next day.
Oh,
Oh, I will be. I'll be fine tired. I'll be okay tired. Especially if we can see the 10 o'clock showing. That'd be great.
Yeah. No, if there's a 10 o'clock, we'll go to the 10 o'clock.
yeah.
Definitely. So,
Great.
anyway,
Maybe it'll be at 7:30. Think that's possible? Can we do
No.
a nice 7:30 showing?
No.
How about a Wednesday 4 p.m.
Oh,
the 16th? So
Wednesday.
they'll push it that far out, and then that will all count as the weekend for showings.
Right.
So they'll be the most.
That's why they
Base weekend.
say that it's actually not going to break the box office record.
Why?
Because it's not being released on a holiday weekend and they can't push it out. Like if it was Thanksgiving weekend or whatever, their weekend actually starts on Wednesday.
Technically, how many schools are not going to be in on the 21st?
Well, but
So
everyone's
what's-
going to be in school on the 18th.
Yeah, but
Whatever. It's fine. I don't care if we have number one or not. I'm sure we will, but
I bet it'll be top grossing.
do we want to change?
hope.
Do we want to switch topic here? We've been at
Sure.
just 30 minutes. I don't know. You had a pretty big weekend last weekend.
I
Did you want to
did.
talk about it?
If you want to.
I can talk about it. Doug, you want to talk about it?
What happened?
You want to talk about Mikey's weekend or not?
You want to talk about
I
it?
guess. What happened?
I went to Great Wolf Lodge.
Oh,
How
did you play Harry Potter or whatever?
Magic Quest? Yes, I did.
So I'm excited to hear because I actually had wanted to text Mike all weekend and I wanted to call him all week and I wanted to say, tell me about it.
Okay.
But I wanted to wait for the podcast.
So with our pass, okay, if you don't know what Magic Quest is, look it up.
Let's take it back a little further. If you don't know what Great Wolf Lodge is.
Great Wolf Lodge is a hotel amusement park thing, water park thing out by Kings Island, down by Cincinnati.
There's about, I think there's 8 of them across the U.S.
Right.
There's one like
So
Wisconsin.
what it is it's a large lodge hotel, a resort, I guess is what you would call it, that has a huge water park. I mean, there are 4, 5, 6 large water slides, 2 smaller water slides, a huge play area for kids, a wave pool. All this is indoors. So you can do it, and it worked out nice because it rained all weekend. So we were indoors the whole time. So you go and you have the whole water park for the time that you're there. Actually, we stayed 2 nights. We got there Friday morning. Well, Friday at about 1. Check-in time wasn't until 3, but you can actually get into the water park prior to your check-in time. So we actually got there, but it was nice because no one was there. It was actually super nice. And we got into our room, we got into the pool, and there was like nobody there. There were no lines for any of the slides or anything. So Friday evening was fantastic. Saturday and Sunday it got a little busier, but so you do that, but we bought this thing called a Paw Pass, which gave us a ton of stuff that came in with it. One of the things is you get a Magic Quest game time and a wand, and actually ours came with Compass Quest as well, and I'll get to that in a minute. And then it came with like bowling and putt and the arcade. It gave you like $10 in arcade, which I will get to on how crappy that stuff is.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you have all these things. It's just a big resort basically that you can go and do all this stuff. So Jules was super excited. We didn't tell her that we were doing it at all. We didn't tell her until we pulled up there that we were even going to be there. So she was super ecstatic, got insanely excited when we showed up, was worried that we didn't bring her swimsuit. It was actually kind of cute. You know, she was like, Sarah started asking her about it, and she goes, did I bring my swimsuit? Like, she was super worried that we didn't bring anything for her to swim in. So anyway, so we went and we swam for a little while, and we did our Magic Quest. So we went up and purchased the stuff from the Magic Quest. The way Magic Quest works there is that you go in and you purchase a wand. The wand is basically a TV remote. It's an infrared sensor.
Right.
The way that it is set up in that specific Grey Wolf Lodge is it has 5 hallways that you have items in and 2 little areas. One of them where you pick up your quests and 2 like battling areas. So you go get your wand and you get 4 days of playtime to do your quests. And they have Magic Quest, Shadow Quest, and Compass Quest. Basically beginner, medium, and hard. We did the Magic Quest. They give you a book. It basically tells you exactly what to do with riddles and stuff like that. But if you can decipher a sentence correctly, you can figure out where everything is.
Just a word.
I say that, but there were a couple times that we couldn't figure it out. But anyways, so there's that. Then Shadow Quest is a little harder, and Compass Quest, they hand you get this secondary item, which is a compass, and they say, here you go, goodbye. And they don't tell you anything. They don't tell you where to start. They don't tell you anything about it. They just hand it to you and say, "Here you go, have fun." And I was like, okay. So we started off, you take the wand and you go out to these trees and you shake it at the trees. You just point it at the tree and the tree will change. And it does all these things. Now each hallway has the chests and different things on the wall that you point the wand at and it activates. But if you set yourself for certain quests, so the first quest that we did, you have to find these runes, and once you find so many runes, you can go battle the Goblin King and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So what's fun about it is running around doing all this stuff. What's not fun about it is those 5 hallways are on 3 different floors. So, and the elevator is the slowest elevator in the world. So you go to the quest.
Technically, sir. It says in your instructions, Magic Questers are not allowed to use the elevator.
Oh, does it? Well, I didn't read that part, but I'm telling you what.
So how do you get from one floor to the other?
There are stairs at the end of each
stairwell
hallway.
At the end. So, but what it does is it sends you to the east wing on the 3rd floor, and then the west wing on the 2nd floor.
Exercise.
Oh man, that's.
I think that's what we did text each other. It's for the cardio wizard.
Yeah, I said this is for a very unorganized quester, because if you were organized, you'd be able to go bam, 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 and have everything and go do everything.
Well,
but that would take away the fun of the game. If it was all on one level, me being a fat guy, it is for kids, but we'll get to that in a second. So, because there were some adults that were, it's for kids, but really this is what it is. It was me holding the book, Sarah standing with me, and Jules having a wand, and me going, okay, we need to go to the Whispering Woods, which is upstairs and over here. Let's go over there. We need to find the slime. Okay, there's the slime. Jules. And she would go bing, and it would say, congratulations, you have found the slime. And then it would rank it, and she would have it, and then we would go do the next thing we needed to do and quest through, and then we battled the Goblin King. But what was funny is a lot of the times it was just me and Jules, and we got lost. Like, there was one point where we needed to find these jewels, and I couldn't find this one. I had no clue where it was. Couldn't figure out any part of it. The best thing about this game is that there are so many kids there that have been doing it so long. There was this one kid that had a cape, because they sell all the cape and the hat, and you can buy add-ons to your wand that give you like additional powers and stuff like that are like $20 per end cap. But
so it's a pay to play, huh?
Oh yes. Well, I mean, for $30, if you don't buy the Paul Pass,
I'm gonna go buy the adamantium wand of ultimate destruction.
$30 will get
$59.99.
$30 will get you the playtime in the game and a wand to just play the game, which is actually a pretty good deal, because it lasts all 4 days. Because you get tired of swimming, and then you just need something else to do, and it's actually pretty fun to walk around and do it. So, so what's funny is you get lost. You just have to ask a kid. Just ask a kid. And I found this kid, and I saw he was wearing a cape. I was like, this kid's gonna know. I was like, hey. I said, have you fought the Goblin King yet? Oh, yeah, I've already done that. I'm a Master Magi. Oh, that means he has played through the game completely, and he has done everything in the game that he can. That means that kid has spent some time on this. He's been to Great Wolf Lodge a few times. I'm telling you that, if he's a Master Magi, right?
This is going to be what it's like, if Ready Player One actually existed. All the old people that are gamers, are trying to get like, oh, I'm on planet whatever. How do I get out of the library?
But what level is Noah?
Lost in the Wood.
You guys have been there twice, right?
We defeated the dragon.
Right.
And we are halfway through the whatever the next one was.
Shadow Quest?
Shadow Quest.
Okay.
But Shadow Quest was not as much fun as Magic Quest. And we honestly, halfway through it, we were like, we should have just did Magic Quest again.
Yeah.
That was more fun. But because Shadow Quest is really a lot more like, I mean, it's just more of the same.
Yeah.
It's more of the same.
It uses the same stuff.
But none of the pictures.
Yeah.
It all has to do with the did you see the movie,
the ones that say Shadow Quest?
The TV screens?
Yeah.
So you have to go, instead of just pointing at the slime that's on the tree to get your request, you have to go to the harbor, wait until morning.
Yeah.
And
Which
then,
it counts down in seconds. Like,
and then-
it's not like you have to
and
wait
then-
until actual morning.
But in Magic Quest, you know, you can be a little bit more organized with the fact that you'll be like, okay, we're going to walk this one path. We're going
Right.
to start on Whispering Woods. We're going to cross over to the Pine. We're going to go up to here. We're going to go over there. And then we're going to go through the little thing in the bottom, walk past the tree, and we'll walk back up here, and we will have a quest done.
Right.
You can do that one loop, and because it doesn't matter what order you go in.
Right.
Shadow Quest, everything has to be in the right order.
Oh, really?
So it's
And
like,
it's time, too, isn't it?
well, it's not time to. It's not. We didn't run into that too much, but it's like, okay, we need the white gems, so we have to go to the white gems, and then we need the green gems, and it's on the it's a floor above, and then so you can't like walk that pattern,
Right.
And get them done, and then you have to end up being at the swamp, which is at the top again.
Yeah.
So really, for me and my taste, like it was fun to do it. We know it was fun to beat the dragon. Did you beat the dragon?
We didn't do the dragon. We beat the pixie. We got the pixie, their stuff, and then we beat the Goblin King. So we did those two things, but we did not do the dragon quests. So we run into this kid. I run into this kid. I'm like, this kid's gonna know, and he says he's a master magi and everything like that. I said, well, I need to find this, Jules. Oh, that's up here in the Whispering Woods. It's right over here. You need to come this way. You need to do this. I'm actually doing the master magi again, and he's explaining to me how much stuff he's done, and then there were these other girls that ended up helping us out at one part. I'm like, I don't understand where this is. Can you? And I'm like, hey, have you done this quest yet? And it's kind of fun to just ask the other kids, like, hey, have you done this yet? And they are very willing to help. It's actually kind of cool because all of these kids are just like completely into it at that time. So you just say, well, which one are you doing? Because I'm doing this one and I need to know how to get to this. And they're, oh yeah, you got to go here and you got to do this and this and this, and then you'll be all right.
It's like a little armies of Noah's.
Yeah. And there was this one kid that was like, I had no clue how to get into the Goblin King's area. You have to do this one specific thing. You got to point at the stone, and then you got to point at the light, and then you got to point at the door to be able to get in to actually fight the Goblin King. And so you have to do this in a specific order. I'm like, I don't understand what I'm doing. So I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to point at this and this. And the kid's like, no. Do this, and this, and then you get it. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, hey, thanks, man. But that little kid that was like maybe 8 and 7, and he was just into it. Every time he helped me like 4 times, and after every single time, I just let him have it as like role playing as I could. I was like, thank you, Master Wizard. You have helped us on our quest, and like really let him have it. And like, oh, he was loving every minute of it. It was pretty fun to kind of build that kid up like that.
Was his name Ryan?
No, but
Yeah, it was me.
But it was pretty cool. But the Compass Quest now, the Compass Quest is it's fun because I was carrying around this compass as we were doing the Magic Quest. Like I said, they don't tell you where to go anywhere for it, but they have little things that have the compass that the compass can fit in. So every time I pass one, I'm like, let me try this. And so we're doing it, and I'm like, we walked past one where we're trying to head to something. I was like, hell, let me just try this one. Oh, it worked! Oh, stop, Jules, come here! And like kind of freaked out for a second. And I'm like, oh, we can do this now. Look, I can do this while you're doing that, and this will be really fun. And then I'm like, oh, I have to stop doing the Magic Quest to do this because it's attached to one account. So I couldn't do the Compass Quest at the same time that she was doing the Magic Quest. I could, because the lady says, well, I could sell you one and I'll give you the playtime for free, and then you'll have your own account and you can do that stuff, but that'll be $15. And I was like, no, that's okay. I would have done it if we had the stroller, because we didn't have the stroller, which was a really stupid move on our part because that's a really big place, and to carry Jonah around like everywhere was kind of a thing. So Jules and my mother-in-law and my wife, they all went and they did the bowling and some other stuff, and I just hung out with Noah in the room because we didn't Jonah in the room because they didn't have a stroller. But if I had the stroller, man, I would have been up there.
He'd been compass questing.
Oh man, but you have to know your directions and stuff like that. So I figure what I'll do is you guys will probably get there again before we do, and I will just give you my compass and let you guys do the compass quest.
Be leveling up your compass.
Yeah. So, but if you go, the water park, fantastic water park. It's super fun. All the slides are great. The triple twist, they build it up to be much bigger than what it is, but it's actually pretty good. There's one that's like a toilet bowl. Like you come in and it's this huge bowl that you come flying into and you spin around a bunch and you end up going down the middle. Like it's pretty fun. So some of the slides are pretty
Cool.
awesome. But the Magic Quest is worth it if you go. Of course, the water park because it comes with your room. Do the Magic Quest if you're there more than one night. I wouldn't do the Magic Quest if I was only there one night.
Right.
I don't think it wouldn't be worth it.
We got most of our Magic Questing done at because I think it opens at 8. The Magic Quest starts
Right.
at 8.
That's what we were doing.
But the pool doesn't open till 10.
Yeah.
So what we would do is we would Magic Quest essentially till lunch.
Right.
Go eat lunch, then go to the pool.
And then when we did that, and then when we got out of the pool, maybe 4 or 5, went to eat dinner, and then went back and did Magic Quest at night too.
See, we did that sort of the opposite as well because we would go back to the pool and we would stay in the pool until about just past dinner time, and then we would because that's sort of it's amazing how quickly the place empties out
Right.
between 4 and 6.
Right.
Because everybody goes and eats dinner, and then people start to come back. But what we would do is we would get out early. We get out like 4.
Right.
Eat dinner, and then we would play Magic Quest then, like dinner time, because it would be completely empty then, and
Right.
then we'd go back to the pool afterwards when everybody else started playing Magic Quest.
So 2 other things: don't eat the food there because
What?
it is. The pizza was okay. The pizza was actually pretty good.
We ate the pizza 3 out of 4 meals.
For $20 for a full pizza, and we got the carnivore, which had some meat on it. It wasn't really like a meat lovers or anything, but it was pretty good for $20. The buffet is $20 a person, plus like almost $8 a person per kid. So it's ridiculously expensive. And then the restaurant in there is a higher end restaurant. You're talking $28 for a steak, and then purchasing your sides, of course, separately. So what we did, it's right by Kings Island. So we went out to eat every night, and then the breakfast buffet is $15 a person, and then it's like $8 for a kid still. So we ended up.
They don't include that. You can't get a package where all that's included.
You
or something?
can.
Probably, but I mean, I'm not going to tell you how much 2 nights and a Wolf Pass was.
I'll tell you.
It's extremely expensive.
$500.
No.
It was closer to $750.
Yeah.
But we had a blast. I mean, it's worth the money.
Hey, we're
if you're gonna
pitching
go there.
Great Wolf Lodge, so I mean, may as well tell the people.
Well,
the
kind
cost.
of. We're pitching 2 things there. I'm pitching the Magic Quest and the park. Do not do if you don't have it included in your package. Don't do anything else. It's not worth it. Go eat outside
That's
the
how they
place.
get you those
Don't go to the
extras.
arcade. The arcade is ridiculous.
The arcade's the worst part.
Listen to this.
Until they added the
$10.
bowling alley.
$10 will get you 20 tokens. Okay. Most games between 2 and 12 tokens. Most of the games 6 to 8 tokens. 2 to 3 games you get out of $10. This is one that shocked me. The picture thing that gives you like 4 black and white pictures, 20 tokens. $10 for the 4 black and white picture thing.
It's no Chuck E. Cheese.
No, it's no Chuck E. Cheese. I'll tell you that.
That's exactly what we talked about when we were there. We were like, we'll just save the money. Next time we have to get a haircut, we'll just go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Right. I mean, it's and then the golf. We had one pass I shouldn't have played. For one, they had nobody manning it. Well, I could have grabbed a ball and a thing and just played through, and nobody would have said anything to me. But there was no
it is
one
under video surveillance.
Yeah,
It
I
says
saw that, but so what? So it's $5 a person to play 9 holes of putt that took us, me and Jules fooling around playing 20 minutes. She got hers for free, so I only paid $5 to play. But if you don't have included your pass, do not do it.
Well, you know what? Like for little kids, like you just shouldn't have played. You should just let Julia play.
Yeah, but
For little kids, it was kind of fun, and you keep in mind like that's relatively new. Like last time we were there, that was their kids' corner. So like that's where you made your T-shirts and stuff. So the fact they changed that, because that's just 2 rooms with one of the walls pulled out. So the fact they changed that to the glow, because it's glow in the dark golf too.
It's like black light.
I thought my kids liked it. They thought it was fun. I would say that here's the thing.
Jules didn't seem to enjoy it a lot, but she liked golfing with us, you know.
Right. Here's the thing. I think we're doing it wrong. I think we're going to this place. We're spending our $800 vacation when the kids are too young to really enjoy it. So we are done with Great Wolf Lodge. We're done. Like, and
For now?
For now. I mean, I don't know that we'll ever go back, but if we do go back, it'll be when Noah is at least 13 and Zoe is at least 10.
Because then they can just go on their own.
Because then they can go. And I can just sit in the hot tub. And I don't have to scream and fight and try to get you on the water slides.
There's an adults only hot tub too.
And there's an adults only, there's like a 21 and over like lounge area out there. Like,
yeah.
And I'm not saying I want to go and just be a booze hound. That's next week. But that's the next episode.
Okay.
But I just like we're doing too much babysitting at a water park where they should be able to just where the water park should be doing the babysitting.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the lifeguards?
Did
you watch them?
They were good.
Okay, we're getting ready to take a break here, everybody. And while we're taking a break, Mikey is going to show me his interpretation or his impression. There it is. There they are. There it is. Did you ever ask him a question?
And most of them are not from America.
Right. They're all like Eastern European, like runaway.
I asked why. I found out why.
Why?
Because Great Wolf Lodge offers a scholarship for them to come to America and work there, and they pay for their schooling.
Sure, they do.
I'm pretty sure that that's like that area because I know there are a lot of foreign kids that work at Kings Island as well. So I think Kings Island offers the same thing, and then they can go to school to wherever, Cincinnati or whatever is offered in that area.
The funny thing was like I had
Miami of Ohio.
I had my Youth Opportunity T-shirt on when I first walked in there. I had one of those kids come up to me and he goes, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir." I said, "Yes," and he goes, "I noticed your T-shirt there, the Youth Opportunity Center." I said,
You were like, "Oh, great."
I was like, "Oh, yeah. What about it? What about it?" And he goes, "Let me tell you my story." And he went on to the fact that he was, not from America, and his visa was about to run out, and he didn't want to go back. He wants to stay here, and he's a hard worker, and he just wanted to know what sort of opportunities we had for youth. The name's a little misleading, I guess, for that sake. I said, "It's not for you, buddy. It's for kids who need a different type of opportunity."
Yeah.
So
he walked away dejected.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad for him because he was really like. First, I would say like because we had that discussion with my wife, and I was like, "Man, he come up, he had no problem talking. I mean, he saw a big guy and was like, I'm going to go ask him about that." And then my wife was like, "He is in another country. Like that takes guts to leave to be here in the first place." So I shouldn't be surprised.
There was one that I got. I don't know if he was supposed to be doing this, but on there was one slide that kind of starts off slower and then it takes off. He was taking people, and I had him do it to me because it made the ride more fun. But he was actually getting up like behind you on the tube because all of them are tube based. So you get into a tube, and he was grabbing a hold of the slide and putting his feet on your tube and like pushing like himself down the thing, but holding on to the top part. So he was shoving you down the slide to give you like this extra speed. This one, they weigh you before you go down it, because if you're over 250 pounds, I asked the guy, I was like, "Why you weigh on this one?" He says, "Because if you're over 250 pounds, you will flip over." Because you come in and basically you turn and you come into like this funnel shaped thing and you go up the wall. And you do that 3 times. That's what I call the triple twist. Yeah, you come around and you come up and you kind of slowly kind of go do this, and then you go back down and you do that 3 times. But you go up that wall pretty high. And like he said, if you're over 250 pounds, you will go up that wall and you will flip over. Like it's going to happen. It's just known fact, I guess. Like physics rules that situation. So
physics rules most situations. But yeah. Yep. So I would say it's great.
It's worth the money if you do it a couple nights. I think it's not. I don't know if it would be worth it to just do it one night, but I think if you can spend the money and do 2 nights, it's worth it to go there.
I agree. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for listening. Great Star Wars information. Good Star Wars conversation.
Thanks to our new sponsor, Great Wolf Lodge.
I wish. I would go if it was free. I would go again right now if it was free.
Yeah, I would go. I would go and spend a whole day just doing Compass Quest.
Twitter them. Tweet them.
Oh, so the one thing I want to mention, they have a Magic Quest standalone in Naperville, Illinois, which is not that far away from here.
Really?
Yeah. I was thinking a budget 8 hotel, you, me, and 2 kids go up there one whole day. I think we'd have a blast.
Man, you and I had a very different Magic Quest experience.
I loved it. I had a blast.
Maybe-
and now it's going to be all on one level, man.
Maybe
I don't have to climb stairs.
Maybe it's because I've done it twice. Maybe the first time I was excited. The first time I wanted to beat the dragon, I wanted to beat the Goblin King, and I wanted to steal from the fairies.
But you pick stuff apart, so you're all worried about. Oh, I got to shake the wand. So this is stupid now because the way I have to shake the wand and stuff like that. I was in it, man. I was like,
no,
he was role
I
playing.
didn't touch the wand. That was for the kids.
I had to do that part because Jules couldn't keep up to kill the Goblin King.
Oh. Okay.
Because you really got to shake the wand pretty hard to get it, and then you got to hit buttons to.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, there
I
are
did
some
kill the
weird
dragon, too.
actions that you have to
I
make.
did kill the dragon. and
Weird
the
action,
dragon.
shaking the wand.
Right.
You can follow us at facebook.com/Buffalo Brotherhood. You can follow the show is at BOBcast Nation. On Twitter, you can follow me at Buffalo Cast. You can follow Doug at Refried Evil, and you can follow Mike at Fuman2, 2 O's, 2 N's, and the number 2. Make sure you hit us up on one of those things. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love for you to see you to share the show. We're reaching like 300 people every time we post a show. Easy.
Oh yeah.
And if they could tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends,
and you
they
tell 2 friends, and you tell 2 friends,
it will be a fantastic day. So have a great day, everybody. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. We're coming back next week with beer.